You're watching TVC Breakfast. Let's look at the headlines across Nigerian newspapers. I have with me here one of our regulars, Sesan Okunade. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Mike, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
Pleasure to be here.
Oh, yes.
A good way to start the weekend.
Exactly. It's really amazing. All right. And we also joining us from on Skype, on Zoom, Kehinde Nwandu. He's the CEO of CKN News. Chris, good morning.
Yeah, Mike, it's both Skype and Zoom. Good morning this morning. How are you?
So long as you are there joining us virtually.
My brother, whichever one. I'm here live and direct. Good morning.
Exactly. Good to see you. Thank you.
Nice to see you, my brother.
Right. Now, let's begin with Daily Trust. Daily Trust newspaper this morning says, bandits occupy Kaduna-Abuja road, operate for 4 days. Bandits occupy Kaduna-Abuja road, operate for 4 days. Okay. All right. Sack more Niger communities, torch farmlands in Zamfara. 8 victims rescued, police neutralize ringleader. Buhari direct hot chase as military deploy troops. Okay, that's Daily Trust there. Leadership newspaper, despite military onslaught, bandits kill 454, kidnap 1,239 in 5 months. Just in 5 months. This is really troubling. Despite military onslaught, bandits kill 454, kidnap 1,239 in 5 months. Talking about the security there. The Guardian is next. Again, Buhari orders service chiefs to tackle banditry insurgency. Again, Buhari orders service chiefs to tackle banditry and insurgency. Demands increased surveillance patrol on Abuja-Kaduna highway. Direct them to provide adequate security during Yuletide. Hails Nigerians' emergence as VP Interpol Africa. Declares Anambra Gubapol free and fair, says 2023 not threatened. All right, these are all issues on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. All right, Daily Times is next and is focusing on insecurity. Buhari orders security agencies to be merciless with highway criminals. Buhari orders security agencies to be merciless with highway criminals. Vanguard is next. Buhari to service chiefs, go after terrorists, bandits now. Says no rest for security chiefs until Nigerians are all at peace. Directs them to provide adequate security during Yuletide. Notes success in Anambra polls, confirms 2023 not threatened. Okay, all that on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. The Sun is next. The Sun newspaper says, no rest until the insurgents, bandits are crushed. Buhari is saying this. Gives fresh marching orders to security chiefs. Okay? That's Daily Sun. From there, let's go to The Nation. The Nation newspaper. Nation says, court, bandits are terrorists. As a court is saying this, judiciary prescribes Yambin Diga and some other groups and others, membership declared unlawful. Okay, that's what a court is saying here. Bandits are terrorists. Okay, although there has been debate in some quarters that they shouldn't be called terrorists, but then the court is saying they're terrorists in this regard from what we see on the front page of the Nation newspaper. From there, let's go to the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper says, is focusing on subsidy. Federal government may deduct 2.4 trillion naira palliative from Federation account. Plans talks. States provide list of 42 million beneficiaries of 5,000 largesse monthly. All right. Government must fix refineries before removing subsidy. Pengasan is insisting here. Okay. This is another issue altogether. All right. We might have time to talk about that on the show. Nigerian Tribune is next. Petrol price hike will double all vices under APC. That's the PDP saying this. Says Nigeria now a beggar debtor nation through Buhari's borrowings. That's what's on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Daily Independent. Anambra poll confirms 2023 not under threat. Buhari is saying this. All right, this is Daily Independent. Blueprint newspaper says Anambra Guba election, trained ad hoc staff, vehicle owners withdraw 11th hour. Yakubu is saying this. All right, trained ad hoc staff, vehicle owners withdrew the 11th hour. Says Nigeria, second largest presidential democracy in the world. All right, and voters in 14 West African countries, 15 million less than the nation's 84 million. All right, all that on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. First News is next, and it says crisis rocks Anambra APC as a faction suspends state chairman. All right. Crisis rock Anambra APC as faction suspends state chairman. That's coming from the First News. This Nigeria. Nigeria says deadly consignment. All right. NDLEA intercepts 2.7 billion naira cocaine at Abuja airport. NDLEA intercepts 2.7 billion naira cocaine at the Abuja airport. That's this Nigeria. Business Day is the last one we're looking at now. Exports by air up by 53% on demand for staples. All right, Nigerians are getting involved in exportation by air. All right, that's what Business Day is saying. All right, now let's, gentlemen, let's talk about this issue on the security challenges we are getting reports on. And on the front page of most of these papers today, we see issues around security. The president is giving marching orders to the security agents. Buhari to service chiefs on the front page of The Guardian. Go after terrorists, bandits now. But one assumes that's what they've been doing since.
Yeah, they've not been sleeping. And I think... let me first state here, I think one of the headers, whether the nation, now said the courts has affirmed that bandits can now be tagged terrorists. So the issue where the executive will tell us that no, bandits are criminals, but not terrorists, is now settled because we have a court of jurisdiction. And I think my senior lawyer will put more perspective to it, whether that backing is right. We have said it times with that number that don't let correlate anything that is not. Bandits, even any criminal, terrorizing and making unrest in an area should be dealt with decisively. But there's a problem that I am faced with. In as much as we come out and we say we have some repentant bandits coming into the society, it gives me so much worries. And I think it's part of the problem we are faced with, why this thing keeps increasing every day. Imagine Abuja-Kaduna road, 4 days occupied by bandits, kidnapping people. This is the period that people travel a lot. As a matter of fact, to the east, this is the period that people that have not traveled right from the beginning of the year want to do. And now we have the increased number of bandits on the road. Even in the southwest, everybody wants to, you've not seen your family or other members of this thing. That's when people have reunion. But it asks, the question I'm going to ask is, how many people are ready to stick their neck to travel at this point in time? That the president is giving marching order, he has been saying this. But how many of these bandits are we able to bring to corporate? The fact is, use them as scapegoat so that it will serve as deterrent. That has always been our word. This idea of somebody saying that bandits are repenting, I have said it. You know, there was a time I said on this here that even CKN said it doesn't work. Well, he's a lawyer, and I know we work by. But for us who are not lawyers, we feel that people, you have killed by the sword, go by the sword. We know that is not applicable. They will say capital punishment does not work. But I think it's high time we serve this thing so that people will have it and know that if I go this route, the level at which this thing, for the president to be given this marching order, I hope in the next few months as we enter the the new year, we will not be hearing that they are going to change the service chief because they have not measured up. And that's why the president is shouting now, go after them. They've been doing their part. But I think the mode of operation, by my own standard, is like these people that you are even bringing in, they are more or less informants. You've been part of this group before. If you decided to yield, the techniques, the indoctrination that they have given to you is still there. So you are like, okay, well, I'm leaving you. I don't want to do again. But when they bring some of those, you say, okay, just do this. Don't come near us. But can you give us information about it? And you know, information is key. And this is where I have the problem. It's not about those people putting pressure on our security apparatus. We must do the needful. That even some of those repentant, let them pay dearly for some of the things that they have done.
Okay. Let me bring CKN in here now. CKN, before we go into all of this, let's look at this issue where I think Federal High Court in Abuja is outlawing activities of some groups linked to banditry, and the issue of bandits being terrorists. What we are used to is that the president is the one who would declare whatever group as terrorists. But if a court is coming to say that this activity or this act by certain kind of groups are terrorists or terrorism, as the case may be, therefore banditry is terrorism, can we accept this in the same light?
Yes, thank you once again, Mike. On a comical note, let me start with this, that our Nollywood producers and directors don't seem to be creative enough. You can ask me why. They are not creative. If they are creative, if I'm a producer in Nollywood or a director, by now, I've made so many movies out of what is happening in terms of security, especially on the highway. Mike, on a daily basis, on Instagram, on Facebook, and even on social media, you see live videos of attacks and the security agencies running after bandits or people. Those are live videos that you can just, a very creative person can put together and make a movie out of. And that's why I said they are not creative. All you just need, after letting them to get, just put that this is not fiction, it's not fiction. They are live, and you'll be making your money. But that is just it, on a lighter mood. Well, to the question you asked, we don't need a president declare any group a terrorist group. In the constitution, in our constitution, and in our acts and laws, how somebody is defined as a criminal, a well-established law. So you don't need any president to wake up and say this one is a terrorist group, this one is not a terrorist group. If you do anything that is against that constitutional provisions that makes you and declare you a criminal, in whatever sense of it, the court will take you as such. And there are civil and criminal procedures in law. So, and criminal procedures or criminal issues deals with acts that has to do with issues of this kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry, killing, murder, name them. So, so the court is right. Personally, I don't think whether president said that they are terrorist group or not terrorist group does not make any difference. Whether the Minister Commission says that, it does not make any difference, or whether the AGF says that, does not make any difference. The fact is that we have our criminal codes in place, and anybody that is caught in the act goes in for it. So that is where it stands. But the most ridiculous part of it to me is the statement credited to the president yesterday, giving a marching order, whether it's marching order or forwarding order or backwarding order, whichever order the president gave. There is nothing to read as far as I'm concerned. It's just rhetoric. The president has been saying that this for the past 6 years. Every time he will give them marching order, instead of marching forward, they are marching backward.
All right.
We have to be able to do this in the court.
CKN, let me put you on hold. When we come back, I certainly would like to allow you to continue or wrap up your point on this in this regard. You're watching TVC Breakfast. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back with the paper. You're watching TVC Breakfast. We're looking at the headlines across Nigerian newspapers. And we have Sesan Okunade here, as well as Kehinde Nwandu joining us on Skype. Now, before we went on break, Chris, you were talking about the fact that, well, the presidential order or the marching orders by the president does not necessarily make any difference because he has given that before, not once, not twice, and so on. In this case, if the president is giving marching orders 2, 3, 4 times in the lifespan of an administration to security agencies to do the same thing, the same thing, what signals is that sending? Yet the president is not, Nigerians are not seeing that, okay, these people have been given this marching orders, I'm not seeing the results, I'm giving another marching order, I'm not seeing the results. Should we look elsewhere? What do you make of this?
That shows the lack of capacity on the person of the president, and every blame is going to be on his table. He's the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His primary responsibility is to keep us safe as Nigerians. That's why we elected him. Every other thing is secondary for me. To secure the lives and property of Nigeria is one of the main cardinal points why the president was elected. So he have given directive not just once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Mike, don't forget that also the president gave the directive to a former IGP when he consigns in Benue State, only for us to be told, only for the president to say later on that he didn't even know that the directive he gave the IGP was not carried out. That shows you how bad things have become. So there's a big disconnect between the president and his security chiefs, and between the security chiefs and the various security agencies, and between the security agencies and the people. So you can see that wide gap, and it's widening on a daily basis. Intelligence gathering is no longer being sought after. We are not getting the necessary information from the people. But Mike, let me even take it to the people. But I want to be specific on the Abuja Kaduna Expressway. Mike, few months back, there was an elite female army group, soldiers or female that were paraded and shown to all of us that they are going to be manning that route. What happened to that elite female soldiers? Are they working? Are they not working? Have they been put on? Have they been doing what they're supposed to do? After that parade on television and the rest, and to make so much euphoria of that, and that was the end. We've never seen any again. Mike, also there's an IRT team of the police that used to also parade or used to patrol that road. Where is that IRT? I don't know whether that IRT team is also working again. So you can say that there's a big disconnect. What we just continue to do is bring up policies and make statements and the rest of them. At the end of it all, we just go to bed and go to sleep. The kidnapping and killing along the Abuja Kaduna road is becoming something else. The same thing is happening between the Lokoja, Okene, and Abuja road. That of the south is also there. So we're having a total disconnect and total level of insecurity. And somebody came up to tell us that we are much safer now than we were in 2015. And I continue to use that word, Lori Iro. It's complete Lori Iro now. Even the president knows that. You've told the security agents to do the needful, and you're giving them marching order. By next week again, you see another happening. What we need to do now is to have a holistic look at the problem we are having in our security system and be able to nip it in the bud. I don't know where we're going to run. Are we going to call on America? Are we going to call on the British? Are we going to call on the Russians to come and help us? Absolutely not. This challenge is our challenge, and we are the only people that can solve this problem. And the president, one of the also reasons why he was elected was because of the fact that he was a military man. He was a general, and the other Nigerians believe that he will make us more secured. But you can see that the president has failed us. He's afraid. And the problem here is, Mike, that everything that has to do with security has a spiral effect on every aspect of our lives, especially the economic angle. And the situation where the president is juggling and shuttling between countries and calling for foreign investment, who will come and invest in a country that is not secure. Mike, we are in real deep problem.
All right. He said it's Loriro. What is Loriro?
You know, it's slang by the youth. When you start telling us lies, everything is the foundation of all you are saying is lies.
Oh, I see.
So you are building it Lori Iro.
Oh,
standing on lies.
Oh, I see. CKN decided to take us on that route this morning.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the point there is, when you look at these figures, especially the one on the front page of the Leadership newspaper, that despite military onslaught, bandits kill 454 and they kidnapped 1,239 just in 5 months. the point there is, this is the one that is even recorded yet. It is assumed that there are so many others, others happening here and there that are not recorded. One would also say that the capacity of the military or the security agencies have never been in doubt. Yet, we still keep seeing these things that create a lot of concern in the minds of Nigerians. I was asking my guests earlier on from the perspective of hiring foreign mercenaries. I wonder what you make of this, because some people have even called, some political leaders have called for foreign mercenaries, but the government doesn't seem to look in that direction due to some implication here and there.
Yeah, Mike, I too would not support foreign mercenaries. The truth of it is our problem. We understand it. We've seen our military people performed. First and foremost, the military people that we are bringing on board, they are to protect us from external attack. But what we are faced with is that we've brought them so low to start facing the work an ordinary police person would do. Like CKN said, the role of information is key. That's where we come with intelligent gathering. In an environment, in a small place, you should be able to monitor activities. And the figure that you read out there, just like we have in the economic base, MDS will come with figure, everybody comes with figure. Talking about 454, this is in the northeast, northwest. Do you know that the period we are now, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, how safe are we talking about? This is the Yuletide period. People have started traveling from Ijebu-Ode, Benin, or Expressway. These are areas that will be very busy during this period. Lokoja or Kene, like he said, I remember like 4 years ago, I escaped being killed on that particular road when they attacked the vehicle that we moved from Abuja to Lokoja. So you ask yourself the question, does it worth it? What we hear every day is that we are working. The fact is, can we go to the fundamentals? What is the reason for this problem? And these people that we are taking back into the society, in as much as we feel that they are repentant, as far as I'm concerned, the only person that can guarantee that they are repentant is God. So the issue there is, we don't need foreign machinery. We can handle it on our own if the will. It's not about matching order alone. How many of these people have we heard that they are being killed? Rather, we have seen kingpin of some of these things laying down their arms, and we are taking them back into the security, as far as into the society. As far as I am concerned, once you are a criminal, you are a criminal. All they need to do is just to bait you, and once you are baited, you go back to because you have the skill, you are being indoctrinated, you have everything that it takes. You coming out might just be issue of circumstances that is pulling you out. So anyone that is repenting, let them face the consequence. Let's keep reducing the figure so that those, whether you want to repent or not, you know that you have actually committed a crime against the state, and the punishment is that you are going to just face it. By the time we reduce the number from that perspective, whether you've repented or not, we will know that anyone that wants to go into that business will think twice, that even if I change my mind that I'm repenting, I will still face the firing squad. And I think this can nip it on the bud and reduce the pressure on our security chiefs.
All right. We have to leave it here now. Sesan Okunade, thank you very much for coming on the program.
My pleasure, always.
All right. And Kehinde Nwandu, thank you very much for coming on the program. Lori Ro.
You're not Lori Ro. You're not on Lori Ro. Don't worry. Have a wonderful weekend, my brother.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Right.